Hello, Moon Babes. It's me, Jilly Moon Andromeda, with your cosmic report for Thursday, August 20th, 2020. Thursday is our day of Jove. Jove, also known as Zeus, also known as Jupiter. So every Thursday is our day to do things in a big way. Jove, Jupiter, Zeus, god of the sky, but really just god of the whole damn place, except for the underworld because that's Pluto, and except for the sea because that's Neptune. So what we have going on today is we had some changes last night. We had Mercury enter Virgo, the sign of the maiden, also known as the Virgin. And I just want to remind you, in case you don't know this, but virgin does not mean someone who has never had sex. No, 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 no. That is the patriarchy telling you that. Virgin is just someone who has not committed to a relationship, someone who is in their wild form, someone who is free from any sort of enmeshment, right? So what is the difference between the sign of Virgo and the sign of Scorpio? They're very similar, right? And between them is Libra, and Libra is a scale. It's not even like an animate object, and it's the only one of the zodiac that's like that. So what's happening in both of them is there's some sort of transformation happening between Virgo and Scorpio, and that transformation happens with the help of Libra. So in Virgo, the maiden has yet to be transformed. The maiden has not committed to any sort of relationship. It has not entered any relationship, though, it still knows how to have fun. It still knows how to get down. And Scorpio is the maiden after relationship. So once we enter Libra, we come into a relationship with another individual, and then in Scorpio, that is when we become transformed by that relationship with the individual. Our power is increased because two is better than one. So the symbol of the maiden for Virgo is like an M with its legs crossed. And then the symbol for Scorpio is an M, maiden, but with, an arrow pointing outward, penetration. So yeah, there's something sexy and different about Scorpio, but there's also something very sexy about Virgo. So there's just different ways at looking at the maiden, and we all have the maiden within us. Yes, even you men, you are part maiden. So what do we have going on today? Today is a 5-day. And what is a 5-day? That is a day for dynamic action, impulsiveness, possibly doing things to excess, indulgences. And Thursday, the day of Jove, this is also a day for doing things big, for indulging in things and doing things to excess. So I want you to be mindful of that going into today. Watch your eating habits, watch your relationship to substances, also watch your sex life. Today could be a very promiscuous day, or wanting to be very promiscuous, if you have a healthy sex life and you use protection and whatever else, go for it, whatever. Just make sure it doesn't get in the way of your plans, because I think today would be a really good day for you to get down to business. So yes, have fun, maybe have a donut for breakfast. I did. So, but get down to business for the rest of the day. We have some really beautiful energy happening today. The moon in Virgo is making a trine aspect to Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. And all three of those guys, all three of those guys are retrograde. So a trine aspect, when any planet makes a trine to any other planet, this just represents some sort of free flowing of energy. It's kind of like luck. It's like you don't really have to do much to benefit from that energy, though you could waste that energy. You could take it for granted and not handle it in the best way possible. So I want you to try your best to handle this energy, because Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn are all in Capricorn, and Capricorn is the sign of structure, of stability, of doing things the long and the hard way, but it's also a very karmic sign. So it's very important for you to try to get your emotions in the place where you can do some sort of a revisioning of your structures, revisioning of your rebirth of these structures, and get down to business today, okay? So there's a lot happening to do with business, to do with dynamic change. The moon is also making a very uncomfortable aspect to Mars, the planet of our desires, our passion. It's the planet that, really represents our car that we drive. So make sure that you tap into this uncomfortable energy. It's going to make you what it's going to do is you have to do some sort of change of pace. So get with that. It's okay. Things need to change, okay? There's going to be some sort of change of pace. You got to deal with it, okay? Try to not, freak out about it, which you might, because Mercury in Virgo can kind of get lost in the details. So try your best not to get lost in the details. And I know I already have, like, multiple times this morning. I've made this video a few times already. And I don't know, there was just like one thing that was wrong. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why am I obsessing over this? I swear this is gonna be my last time doing this video. Okay, I really hope so. So I want you to really be mindful of your overindulgences. I want you to get down to business because there's some restructuring happening, revisioning of your structures, and it will be worth it for you to put in the energy towards achieving this change. And get with that change of pace. It's okay. You can do it. I believe in you. I also want to share with you the Sabian symbol of the day. So what is the Sabian symbol? And I'm going to read directly from this book by Linda Hill. And this is like one of my absolute favorite books. I highly recommend it if you are into astrology or spirituality, whatever. I think just everyone should have a copy of this, to be honest. But what this is, it has 360 symbols. And each symbol talks about a degree of the zodiac. There are 360 degrees of the zodiac. So this Sabian symbol, all of this stuff, was created in the early 1900s by a very renowned astrologer, Mark Edmund Jones. He met with a very well-known, popular clairvoyant, Elise Wheeler, and he introduced her to each degree of the zodiac, and what she did was provide us with an image of that degree of the zodiac. So it's kind of like an energetic imprint of that degree. And I think this is very useful for each person to like kind of take their chart and look at each degree in their chart and to basically just read up on what's happening there. So like look at your sun, look at your moon, your Mercury, your Mars, your Venus. Do it. I really, really highly encourage it. It will like literally change your life. So today, the degree that I'm going to read is Leo 28 because the sun is currently at 28 degrees Leo. And that means that the sun is almost to Virgo because there's only 30 degrees in each sign. So yes, the sun will be entering Virgo on Saturday. Get ready. This is the last few days of Leo. Make sure you get your star power going. Condition that hair. I know I am overdue for that. So the Sabian symbol of the day is many little birds chirping on the limb of a large tree. Many little birds chirping on the limb of a large tree is an image of fluttering and chirping, movement and song. The tree can seem packed with chattering and movement, and yet the birds can be quite invisible. Birds gathering to chatter is common, particularly at the end of the day. The symbol can reflect things like advertising, political campaigns, egotistical prattling, and even children chatting and playing together. So the key words of the day are gathering with people of like mind, sharing ideas, huge structures where people can get lost in the crowd, big business, government, and bureaucracy, multi-level marketing, databases, the internet and chat groups, books, tapes, and CDs, publishing houses, competition, telephone switchboards, trying to gain attention. The caution for today is many voices, some heard, some not. Being confused or immobilized by too much advice or information. Too many sounds. Having trouble hearing the essential truth. A scattering of energies. Not getting a word in edgewise. Everybody talking and nobody listening. Being one of many. Noise and distraction. Staying with the mediocre, the masses. Being invisible, useless, chattering, or noise. So, yeah. Try not to be doing the useless chattering. I know, I feel like I've been having a really bad time with that this week, especially with the Mercury Cazimi at the beginning of the week. But, you know, it's cool. I want you to take all of that extra mental energy you have, you know, Mercury in Virgo, it's in its home sign, and I want you to make use of it. But I want you to not get hung up on the details, okay? Perfectionism is not real, okay, Virgos? Everyone's a Virgo today, okay? So I hope I was able to provide you with some useful cosmic guidance for your day ahead. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. If you'd like to book a reading, you can find the link in my profile. And if you'd really like to become a patron of my work, you can join me on Patreon. I just launched my page yesterday, and I would really love it if you could support me in that way. It'll, you know, for $5 a month, I mean, that's like basically the cost of a cup of coffee. You could help me you know, continue doing this for you. I love you so much, Moon Babes. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day and beyond. Be well.